In this video, we want to discuss about dictionary in Python. First, we need to know what is dictionary. Dictionary is the unordered and changeable collection of data values that hold key value pair. Means in this dictionary we can store ordered and unordered values. It is a part of a sequence, but it is not like other sequences, and it basically store the value in the form of key value pair. So you should know that what is key and values. So you know now Python dictionary is classified into two elements, keys and values. Means the pair of key and value. Key will be a single element, values can be a list, number, string, anything that you want to store. Now what is key and values in a dictionary? So let us take one example of telephone directory. In a telephone directory there are name, address and telephone numbers of subscribers in a particular order. So in that case, this is our dictionary book. What are the keys? Keys are the name of the subscriber, which is immutable, that is read only, unable to be changed. And key are the unique within dictionary. And keys are unique. Values means the phone number of subscriber are values which are mutable or can be updated, means they can be changed. So you should know that keys are unique, they are immutable, and values are mutable that can be updated. How to declare a dictionary in a Python? How we are going to declare a dictionary in Python? We need to understand the syntax and the format. Elements of the dictionary are enclosed in a curly braces that we have to use, and they have been separated by the comma sign. And when the values and the keys are going to be stored inside that dictionary in those curly braces, key, then colon, then the value. This is the syntax. Dictionary name equals to curly braces started, key 1 colon value 1, then comma, key 2 colon value 2 dot dot dot, key and number up to value and number, means that is the last value. This is the example. D1 is the name of a dictionary equals to curly braces, name is a key, name, age and class. These are key and they are going to be in a single quotes. And Zara 7 in first, these are the values. That means these name, age and class are immutable, but Zara 7 and first are mutable. Why? Because those are values. So this is the method of declaring a dictionary. Now we move to how to create and initialize a dictionary. If you want to declare an empty dictionary, D1 equals to 2 curly braces without any value, this will declare an empty dictionary. Using a function to declare an empty dictionary, D1 equals to DICT and 2 brackets. This is also going to work in the same way as the first one. Both the examples are being used for declaring a empty dictionary. Initialize dictionary with the values. If you want to initialize with the values inside that variable dictionary. So if we want to store the values in numbers, means now values are going to be in numbers and keys to access them are in a string. Means we have to declare keys in a string like 1, 2, 3 and 4, and values are in number 1, 2, 3, 4. That means D1 equals to, and whatever is going to be the string is going to be in a single quotes. So single quotes or double quotes, 1 colon 1 in a number. So this is a 1 key value, key and value, one pair. Then this is second pair, this is third pair, and this is fourth pair. So this is a method of declaring when we declare the values in number and keys in a string. Now if we want to store the values in word or a string and keys in numbers, now we are going to change. Now all the keys are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are in a numbers, and Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, these are the values in a string. So this is the format of writing. So this is the keys are in number and values are in string. If we want to create a dictionary with characters as a key and string as a value, now we don't need number, nothing. Both are going to be, one is going to be character and second is going to be a string. That means R, S, W, A are characters. These are our keys. And rainy, summer, winter, autumn is going to be our what? That is values. So R in a single quotes colon, then R in rainy is going to be in a colon. So this is if we declare character in a key and a string as a values. Next, if both the values are going to be integer or number, then d1 equals to curly braces start, key is going to be 1 colon 10. This is our value. 2 colon 20, 3 colon 30, 4 colon 40, 5 colon 50. These are numbers. Key and the values both are in a number case when we are going to declare that. How to display the dictionary information? If I take one first example, that is d1 equals to 1 colon 1. This is our declaration of a dictionary and initialize with the some values. And if we write down print d1, so this is the output. Display in a curly brace, this is the output. 1 colon 2 colon 2, 3 colon 3 and 4 colon 4. Another example, if you want to display 1 Monday, 2 Tuesday, 3 Wednesday, 4 Thursday, 5 Friday, so again same thing, print d2, it will display as this output is going to be display. Another two examples I have given. d1 are rainy as summer, winter, autumn. Same d1 is going to display me the output, and this one I am also written that which one are the values and which are the keys. These are the keys and values. If I display d1, then it will display me the output like this: 1 colon 10, 2 colon 20, 3 colon 30, 4 colon 40 and 5 colon 50. So here is the example. I have written all the lines. This is our empty. Second is also been used for an empty dictionary. These two are empty dictionaries. One using with function and without function. Next I have written the one line, one d1, that is going to store 1, 2, 3, 4. Keys are in a string and values are in a number. Next in d2, 1, 2, 3, 4 are the numbers, the key, and Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday string is a value. Next d3, I'm going to store number, value and key both are in a number. d4 store character as a key and string as a values. And last I have declared stood. It is going to store the mixed information, means student roll number, name, age and class. So these are the information. Then I have written print all the d1, d1, d2, d3. If I am going to execute this line, it is going to display me like this. These two are going to be empty for these two, d and dd1. Then next one is for d1, then d2, d3 and d4, and last one is going to be for the mixed information. Means this is the way that we are going to declare and display the dictionary. Now we declare the dictionary and initialize the dictionary with the help of function, that is dict. So these are the two way I have declared. First one, I declare a dictionary first, empty, and then d1 of 1 is equals to a, d1 of 2 is going to be b, then 3 is going to be c, 4 equals to d. These four lines and these lines inside the dictionary are going to be same. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the keys. Same way here also, d1 of 1, d1 of 2, d1 of 3. These are the keys and these are the values. If we print d1 in both the cases, the output is going to be same. Means 1a, 2b, 3c, 4d. 1a, 2b, 3c, 4d. It's an empty one, and we then enter the information. In this case, we initialize inside that function, that is dic. Now one more method is there, that how we are going to enter at that using a for loop. Now if you want to enter the information inside the dictionary using a loop, so I have written one question, that is to accept the student names as a value and roll number as a key at runtime. So we need a loop. So what is the first thing? We need to declare one empty dictionary without any information. Then what have I done? I have started a roll number. For roll number, I declare one variable, that is x, and it runs up to 5. That means roll numbers are going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How we will get the roll numbers? This x is going to provide us the roll number. And then we start while x is less than equals to 5. Name equals to input, enter the student name. This name is going to store the name of the student, and when we enter the name, this d1 of x is equals to name. This x becomes the key number 1, 2, 3, 4. Why? Because x equals to x plus 1, and at the same time whatever name we enter inside that is going to be stored inside the name is going to be become a part of that key. That means key and value, key and value. So this is d1 of x is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and these are the values name which are going to be like this. This is the output. If I enter 5 times Tina, Ria, Mohit, Rohit, Tushar, these are the x. So it become the roll numbers, and these are the values. That is these names. So it becomes a key and value, key and value. These are the pairs. So this method is being used to enter at the runtime. I'm going to show you practically also. Here is the coding. D1 equals to DICT empty dictionary. Then I started the X loop 1 up to 5. That means 5 student names, and the names are going to be stored inside this name variable by using that input. And d1 of x, this x is going to be key numbers and name is going to be the value. X is going to be incremented by using x equal to x plus 1, and when you use print it will display me the output. I'm going to show you that how it is going to work. So I'm going to execute this line. Here it is. Pass the first name, I put anything, RRR. Second name I'm going to put, third name I'm going to put, fourth, then 5. Here it is. It will show me that 1 RRR, 2 YY, 3 name again. So this method is used to enter at the runtime. Now if you want, we want to accept the roll number also. That here we accept the name, we want that we are going to accept the roll number also. So what we are going to do, we write down one more line inside that, and that line is going to be like this. I declare one variable, that is RNO int input, enter the roll number, and the same variable name is going to be passes here. In place of that x, you remove that x, and in place of that here x is going to be there, so remove that s and write down RNO, the name of the variable that you are using. Now when I execute this line, this loop works up to 5. Why? Because x is going to start from 1 up to 5, but it accepts roll number, and that key is going to be transferred here, and the name is going to transfer here, that it becomes a value. So I'm going to execute that. It will ask me the first thing, that is a roll number. So I write down 1001 roll number, I put some name, then 1002, then I put some name, then I not going to write down the 1003, I put 1004, 1008, then I put some name, and last is 1009, I put the name, 1001, 1002, 1004, 1008, 100. It is not necessary that we have to put in a sequence. In this dictionary we can put anything unordered. So first I put the roll number 1, then 2, then 4, then 8, then 9, and that names are been there. So these are going to be the key numbers, and these are going to be the values. Now let us discuss how to access the elements in a dictionary. Here are the dictionary elements D1, and the pair are 1 key and 1 is going to be then value. Then second one 2 and 2, 3, 3, 4 and 4. These are the key and values. Now we want to access. If we want to access 2, means a number 2, that is here value of D1, we use the key 2. 2 is a string, so we are going to use this 2 to access this number, that is 2, and the line is going to be print D1 bracket single quotes and 2. So we are going to display that, and the output is going to be displayed, that is going to be 2. The same way, if we want to access Tuesday, TUE value from D2, is here it is 1, 2, 3, 4 are the numbers, and these are the keys, and Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays, Thursday, Friday string are going to be the values, and we want to access that is TUE, this Tuesday, and that is in a key number is going to be 2. So what is the line is going to be there? If we write on the same line at the above, the print D1 of 2 is going to display Tuesday. And if we want to access winter value from the D3, we use the key that is going to be, these are the characters W. So we write down D1 bracket and single quotes W, and it will display me the winter. So here is the lines. D3 equals to, these are the values, and D4 equals to, these are the values. So if we want to display 30 or from this D4 I want to display summer. So the key of summer is capital S, and for 30 the key is 3. So I put 3 here and S here. When I execute this line, it's going to display me 30 and summer. But if I'm going to change that, I'm going to change that key number from S to small s. So this is going to show me the error. It is not going to give me an answer. It show me the error that this S is not exist. So I need to, in place of the small s, put the capital one. I need to put the capital one. Then only when I execute this line, it will display me the right answer, that is summer. Now program to accept a record of employee in a dictionary. Employee means, here is a program of an employee. I declare one empty. Print type employee. This type is going to show me that employee is a class of dictionary. Then this is only a simple line that is going to display. Print employee is going to display me that is a empty blank. Now I need to enter the details of an employee. What I have done, employee name equals to input name, employee age equals to int input age, employee salary int input salary, employee company equals to input company. That means I declare a 4-line name, age, salary, company. These are the keys, and I accept the value through the keyboard, and those values are going to be the part of these keys. So those are going to be done at the runtime. When I execute this line, it will show me the answer like this. This line type employee is going to show me class DICT. This is going to be displayed in this format. Then print employee is going to display me that at present time this employee is empty, is a blank dictionary. Next it will ask me the name. I put John, 45, salary 45,000, company Microsoft. These are the information that I accept by using these input. And when I display this print employee line, this line name John, age 45, salary 45,000, company Microsoft, this is the values which have been stored inside that employee dictionary. So this method has been used to accept the information and store inside the dictionary. Now next is going to be that traversing a dictionary means how to display them dictionary information using the loop. So we are print, our first thing is that print all keys names in a dictionary one by one. Keys, we are talking about the keys, means for x in D1 print x, means first we declare D1 equals to 1. These are the strings and these are the keys, and then the colon values. And from this D1 dictionary, we don't want to display everything, we just want to display the key names, that is 1, TWO, 2, 3 and 4, the strings. So line is for x in D1 colon print x, only x. This x is going to store all the keys and the keys are going to be part of that x, and when we run this program it will display me the 1, 2, 3, 4 like this. These are going to display me the keys. This display all the key name. This x is going to display me the all the key name. Now if you ask that how you are going to display the values, print all values in a dictionary one by one. If you want to display the values, same line is going to be there. D1 equals to 1, 2, 3, that is a dictionary for x in D1. Then you write down the dictionary name and put the bracket and write down x. What is this x? This is a key. This provides us the key number, that is 1, 2, 3 and 4. When we write down D1 of x with the key, automatically it provides us the value. So this D1 of x means D1 of 1. This 1, the key is going to be transferred here, and this directly give us the value, that is 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It will change. First time 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, and it provides us the value, that is 1, 2, 3 and 4. So this is the line for printing the values. Now again I have given one more example here. D1 equals to rainy, summer, winter, autumn, and I write down for x in D1 print D1 of x. So this is going to display me rainy, summer, winter and autumn by using the loop. I declare D3 where keys are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and numbers are 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. I write down for X in D3, print key. In a single line, write it down both the things, means I'm displaying key also and values also. For key, I know that this X is going to store the key numbers, and the D3 of X is going to display me the value. So when I execute this line, it will display me the output like this. Here it is: key 1 value 10, key 2 value 20, key 3 value 30, like this. If I want to change this line, now keys again, now keys are not going to be numbers, they are characters R, S, W, A. So when I execute this line, the keys are going to be changed. Now R, S, W, A, and the values are going to be shown. So in both the case, you have to use the same thing. This X is going to give you the keys, and D4 means the name of the dictionary, and when you pass them in a 2 bracket of X, is going to give you the values from that dictionary. So let us move to the next one, dictionary function. Now we are going to discuss some of the functions of dictionary. So what is the first one? You already know as what is the meaning of length, and it will count and display you how many pairs are there. So 1, 2, 3, 4 are there. It is work in the same way that you have done in a list also, tuple also, string also. Same thing, it will calculate and display the count and display, give you the length of the dictionary values, whatever pair are being going to be stored inside the dictionary. Now second one is clear, it will remove everything from the dictionary, it is going to make it empty. Here is example: D1 equals to 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, like this. And when we write down D1 dot clear, and D1 is going to be execute in a print, it will show you that now the D1 is empty, everything is being erased or removed, all the items from the dictionary. That is a basic use of the clear. Keys. This return list of keys values in a dictionary, means in a one line it will give you all the key names. If we write down D1 dot keys, it will display me 1, 2, 3, 4, all the keys, and this is the way it's going to display. I'm going to show you that how it is going to work. These are for the keys, and if you want to display values, so here are the values. D1 dot values means these are going to give us the values, and this line is going to give us the keys. Keys and values are two things that we can use to, if we want to display all the keys, we can use keys, and if we want to display the values, it is going to display as the value in this format that is given in the out. Here are the lines. I have written both the cases, key also and values, and here is a D4. So D4 dot keys and D4 dot values. This is going to display me keys, and this line is going to display me the values. Keys are R, S, W, A, and values are rainy, summer, winter, and autumn. When I execute this line, here it is. Dictionary keys are this, and dictionary values are these items. It returns the content of a dictionary as a list of tuples having a key values, means each and every values inside that, these key and values are going to be displayed in a pair and in the form of tuple. If I write down D1 dot items this way, everything is in a bracket: tuple 1, tuple 2, tuple 3, and tuple 4, and outside it is going to be list. It is a dictionary as a list of tuples. List of tuples means this is a list, and inside the list these are first block, second, third, and fourth, and in each block of the list there is a pair in a form of tuple. Here it is, dictionary items. Now next is get. It returns a value for the given key from the dictionary. Means D1, there is a pairs have been there: 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, and 4, 4. If I write down D1 dot get 3, what is that 3 is? It's a key. So it will return me when I execute me the value, that is 3. Means get 3, this 3, and it will return me the value of that key. The key is 3 and the value is going to be 3, like this. So if I'm going to write down here, I have written get R, that is rainy. If I execute this line, here it is, it will display me the rainy, means R is going to display me rainy. If I'm going to change to that to a W, it will display me winter. There it is. But if I'm going to change that to a small w, then it will show me the, and what is that? It shows none, means it doesn't exist. So if we give you answer that is none, means w is nothing, so none is going to be returned back. If I'm going to change that again to a capital one, winter is going to display. There is one more example. A person named Phil, age 22, salary 40,000. If I written like this, print name person dot get name, person dot get age, person dot get salary. This salary is going to display 40,000, this age is going to display 22, and get name is going to display me Phil, that is going to be the name Phil by using this name key. By using this get, we can display the information of a particular person also. This is another example that we can use. Now next is from key. From key method returns the dictionary with specified keys and values. Here is an example. What I have done, I declare student name, and these are two brackets. This is a tuple. Rajesh, Sumit, Roy and Rick. These are the names. And marks equals to 80. So I put the marks equals to 80. Here we converting a tuple into a dictionary using from key method. Now the line for this info equals to dict dot from keys bracket student name comma marks. This student name is going to be the first one is for keys, and comma, then there is a marks are going to be the value, and info is going to be the dictionary. So inside that, the student names Rajesh, Sumit, Roy and Rick are going to become keys, and marks are going to be the part of these Rajesh, Sumit, Roy keys, and the marks are going to be same, means 80 for Rajesh, 80 for Sumit, 80 for Roy and 80 for Rick. So when I execute this line like this, Rajesh 80, Sumit 80, Roy 80, Rick 80. You are not supposed to put the different values by using this from key. It is just put the same values, but afterwards we can make the changes also. You know that updation can be done in dictionary. The values can be changed, but the keys remain as it is. So here it is. These are the keys. This become values, and this is going to be transferred. Now another example. In this case, what I have done, I declare student name Rajesh, Sumit, Roy, and passes that without. These are going to become the keys, but the values are going to be empty. In place of that, none is going to be written. Rajesh none, Sumit none, Roy none, and Rick none. Means we are not passing any values, so it becomes none, but the keys are going to be declared. Now the same from key is going to be used, but this time we create a dictionary from Python list. Means we are going to use the from key, but we are going to convert the list into Python. In the previous, we have converted a tuple into a dictionary. Now in this case, we convert a list into a dictionary. So here it is, student, same line. I put the bracket, there is a curve bracket, that is a tuple, this is a list. Same marks are going to be 80. dict dot from keys bracket student name Rajesh, Sumit, Roy, and these are going to be like this. Both the cases are same, only the sign is going to be changed. We say a square bracket, there is a curved brackets have been used, that is a tuple, this is the list. So from key is going to be used in both the cases, and it will convert that list names as a keys inside that dictionary name, that is info. Insert something, so we need to remove the items also. For removing, first is going to be del and second is going to be pop. You already know that how to use it. This is the dictionary line. We declare D1. Here also we have declared D1. D1 is being used by using del D1 of 2. That means 2 is a key. So the pair is going to be 2 colon 2 is going to be removed. So there is left 1 1 3 2 1 1 3 3 4 and 4. These 3 pairs are going to remain inside that dictionary. Pop is also going to work in the same way. We have written D1 dot pop, then 2. So this one is going to be removed, and then print is going to be used. So it will print as the values logic. But one thing you know that the pop is going to return. That will return at that which one is being deleted, and the values also being displayed, that 2. This 2 is going to be deleted, so it will also print that part also, but not in the case of del. Next is membership testing. You know that what is that? Two operators have been used, in and not in. What is the use of in? That 2 in D1 means 2 exist in D1. 2, it is only going to check the keys. So 2 key TWO name key is exists inside that D1. So it will check. If the condition is true, it will display the answer that is true. Next, what is that? Not in. Again it will check the same. 2 not in D1. If 2 exists in a D1, it will display the answer in false. First I'm going to show you that how to enter the tuple values inside the dictionary. So there is the student NM, Rajesh, Sumit, Roy and Rick. These are the tuples, and now these are going to become the keys, and here is the marks with the value that is 80. I can put that in a bracket also or without the bracket also. Both the case it is going to work. And student name are the keys, that is tuple, and marks is a simple number that is 80. If I am going to execute this info is going to be declared as a dictionary and the values are going to be stored like this. How we can update or modify the values in a dictionary. How we are going to edit the values inside the dictionary. This is the example that we are going to change the name Phil to John in a dictionary. So here is the line. A person is a dictionary, and there is a name, age and salary. These are the keys, and Phil 22 and 40,000. These are the values. So what we have to do, we are going to change this Phil to John. It means it is a simple way that we are going to change. We just going to use the name key and we change the Phil to John. So line is person name in a bracket. This is a key name and we equals to John. This will override that Phil to John. When we run that print person, it will give us the output like this: name John, age 22, salary 40,000. Means this Phil is now changed to a John. Why? Because in a dictionary the values can be changed. Now if we want to accept the value from the user through keyboard, I am going to change that. Now again, example is that we are going to enter the name from the user and check its name is Phil. If yes, then they change the salary of the person to 75,000. Means we are going to check that the name inside this person dictionary is Phil. If it is Phil, to change that to this salary, that is 40,000 to 75,000. The first thing is we are going to take an input the name. So NM is the variable. We accept that name and then we check that is person name is equals to Phil. Means if person name is equals to Phil. If yes, this line is going to be executed. And what is that line is? Person is the name of the dictionary, bracket sign, and the name of the key is salary is equals to 75,000. When we execute this line, this print person, it will show us the output and the salary is going to be changed. I'm going to show you that practically also. Here is the line. It's the first case when we are going to change that name from Phil to John. If we are going to execute this line, it will display me the output. Here it is. Before and after, means before that it is Phil and after the updation it changed to a John. This is the first case. If I'm going to move to the second one, here is the second one. The person name Phil, age 22, salary 40,000. First time I print the original values, then I accept the value name, then I check that name, then the person's salary is changed to 75,000 and after updation the name is going to be displayed. So I'm going to execute this line. It will ask the enter the name. Now I need to enter the name inside this. Here it is, Phil, Phill, Phil. It will change the salary to 75,000.